Hello everyone, welcome to another video of FFL 24/7. Today's video we are going to be taking another look at PayPal stock. And why we are taking a look at PayPal stock? Because it is time to get excited about PayPal stock again. So if you are not hyped up and pumped about PayPal stock, this video is definitely going to get you hyped up. And make no mistake, this is no pump and dump video. So we have three strong technical reasons and very strong two fundamental reasons that we are getting hyped up again about the PayPal stock. So this is again the horrible looking chart that is in front of you for PayPal stock. Yes, we did peak at around 310 back in around July 2021, and since then we have crashed all the way back down. So there are a very cool and exciting updates I want to share with you guys. So if you're holding PayPal stock or if you're planning to buy into PayPal stock, you definitely want to watch these updates that I want to share with you guys, because this is the time that things are starting to change for PayPal stock. The road to recovery is not going to be an easy one, but the signs that we have been seeing fundamentally and technically in PayPal charts are going to be very exciting. So let's get right into the video and see what I actually mean. So I know all of a sudden you guys are seeing a lot of lines going on in this chart, but I want to explain to you guys in very easy ways. So these market makers and institutions are very smart, and they leave hints for each other in the charts and technical analysis, and that is our goal as a technical analyst, to figure out and try to maybe circle down on those hints that they have been leaving in the charts. So this is the top that we saw back on July 26, 2021, that we reached at around 310. So this was just the peak euphoria coming out from COVID, and that was just an unsustainable kind of growth that we saw. And again, at the same time, very understandably, we got back down to around the same levels. But the thing to notice is there is a reason I have this chart pulled up. So I want to show you guys something. So this is the period just before the COVID. So the PayPal's estimated earnings were around 4.94 billion. So let's say around $5 billion they were making back in 2020 before COVID hit. And then look at the price now. So where was the price at? So price was at around 120 back then in 2020. And look at the earnings now. So the last quarter, PayPal reported $7.41 billion of earnings, and look at where the price of the stock is at. So we are at $61. So price is almost at half the price it used to be, and the earnings have almost increased at least 50% what it used to be back in 2020. So things are obviously not making sense. So there is obviously a reason for this crash that we saw. So PayPal recently made a lot of bad investments, and the analysts have been, I guess, being forward looking. So they have been reducing the price targets for PayPal, and hence we are seeing this decline. But this section around here is very important. So I want you guys to ignore this section, because this is just the peak euphoria that we saw. So I want you guys to focus on this section around here. So this is what I have highlighted for you. This is April 8, 2022 was a very critical day. And why it was a very critical day? Because we entered into a channel that these market makers and institutions that they back then decided to squeeze us down into it. So focus on these two trend lines that are trending in the downward direction. So it is kind of like a falling wedge pattern, you may want to call it. But if you guys notice how nicely we have been respecting this pattern up and down. So we touched the bottom of this channel, and then we hit at about the top of this channel, and then we get rejected back down, and we try to break it again, and we failed it multiple times. But again, at the same time, we have been supporting this downward channel as well, and the upper trend has been acting as a resistance. So this is like almost 2 years. So this we started back in April 8, 2022, and now this is almost January 2024. So almost about 2 years of cycle they were trying to squeeze us down, and what they were trying to achieve was possibly trying to do the true price recovery. So apparently we have bottomed at around $50.25. So far, so there was a possibility when we were around there. So we were expecting they might try to push it at around the $44 mark. And why $44 mark? Because this has been a very strong resistance in the past back in 2016. So we were expecting they might want to try and push us back down to 44, but this did not happen. And so far, the way things are looking like, so we may be far from getting to that $44, because and things are starting to look good for PayPal stock, and there are very good three technical reasons and very good two fundamental reasons I want to share with you guys that I have been seeing in the charts and also in the news all over, and coming directly from the CEO Alex Gress. Again, focusing on these two trend lines, that the channel that we have been squeezed into, this channel has been very important because we have respected this channel by the books for almost 2 years. And now I want to show you guys something. Let me zoom into this area. So let's focus on this area. So do you guys see something that I want to show you guys? So we have broken out of this downtrend level, downtrend channel that we were in for about almost 2 years, and we have broken above with a very strong green candle. And notice at the bottom, so last 3 days of volume has been tremendous, guys. So we haven't seen this kind of volume in a long time, for at least over a 6 months period. Volume and fresh money coming back into PayPal stock. And the reason this bounce is very important, so do you guys notice this section that I have drawn? This was a very strong demand zone for PayPal stock, $57.5 level. And the reason is they tested it 2 times. So if you guys notice, we tested it around here on 4th of January 2024, and we did like a strong bounce green candle with some decent volume also coming in. So this was we were already expecting we were gonna hit this level, because this has been resistance in the past as well, if you guys notice in this area. So this was the level we were targeting, that they might want to try and test this level, and they did it actually twice. So this is the double bottom at this very strong demand zone that we have seen, guys. And not just that, so we have these 3 green candles that we are seeing. This is a very strong sign. This is called 3 white soldiers, guys. So, and again, we are seeing this bounce at a very strong demand zone. This is a very strong bullish indicator, and $65 was another very strong resistance we were targeting, because we haven't been able to break out of this resistance, if you guys notice, in the past. So this has acted as a strong resistance in around here, and also around here. We tried to break it on September 15. We tried to break it back in June 6, 2023. We were not able to break this. So we were watching this level of 65 for a long time, guys. And and this confirmation of bullish sequence of candles from a very strong demand zone, and breaking this heavy resistance of $65 on a very strong volume. So this is all lining up to be a very bullish sign, guys. So again, and not just that, there is another thing. You guys seeing this blue line? So this is the 200-day moving average. Let me zoom out back again and show you guys since when we haven't been able to break through this line. Do you guys see what I mean? So we crossed down below this line back in 26th of October 2021, and we haven't been able to regain this 200-day moving average for since back 2021 October. And look at this, guy. This is a very strong period of sell-off and consolidation and accumulation, and now eventually we haven't been even be able to get close to this line, and this time we just broke above it, and we have a weekly candle close above this 200-day moving average, guys. So this is a strong indicator. This is another very strong indicator. So in addition to breaking this long-term trend line, we have broken this heavy resistance of 200-day moving average on a very strong volume coming in. And the bounce we saw, this was from a very strong demand zone of $57.4. And not just that, I want to show you guys something else. Do you guys see this area around here? So we have a huge gap to fill around here, guys. So this is starting from $66 all the way back to $73. So this is a huge gap that we might possibly be going for a fill. So if we are able to maintain this $65, we do not close back down, so there is a strong possibility we are heading towards at least $73. My price target is actually $76. Our first price target was $65 that we have already met, and we are on our way to our second price target, that is $76. So why $76? So because this is a very strong and next very strong resistance area that we have been seeing for a long time, but this is I think where we are heading. But again, we are obviously not going to be heading there straight, so there are a few hiccups that I want to share with you guys that we might be seeing. So do you guys notice something that I have drawn in around here? So this is kind of going to be a minor supply zone for PayPal stock, where we might be seeing some hiccups, because there is a reason. We have seen this as a resistance in the past, so that is why I am basing my theory on that. We are going to see some hiccups around this area that is sitting at around $69, and there is a possibility we will be hitting this level and we might be going for a retest of this $65, because obviously the financial institutions and analysts, they want to see a price target hold as a strong support before they decide to push in all their money back into the stock. So obviously they want to see $65 at least as a strong support to give them enough confidence that they can continue with investing in this company even further. So that is what I'm saying, that we are going to see some hiccup and some resistance at this area around 69, and then we will do maybe a retest of 65, and then there is a possibility we will be heading towards this gap fill, and $73 is going to be our price target. And again, ultimate price target that we are expecting is $76. What happens at $76, we are going to be doing further technical analysis, because now we have apparently starting to form a new uptrend. We are about to break this lower highs and lower lows pattern. So this is what it is looking like. As long as we stay above 65, I think we are kind of starting to look back again bullish for PayPal stock. And not just that, so we have been tracking PayPal stock since we were at around this level, like from back in November 2023, we were at around $55. So I want to show you guys something what I have been tracking for a long time. So do you guys see something now? So this is what I have been tracking for a long time, guys. So this is apparently starting to look like a breakout of inverse head and shoulders pattern, and look how nicely it has played out, guys. So I had this path drawn out when we were at about $56 back in November 2021, and look how closely and how nicely the price has been following our path, guys. So this is exactly how it is playing out. So we touched $57.4 very nicely twice. Actually, we did like a double bottom, so that is another bullish indicator. And we did a double bottom on a very strong demand zone, and we are seeing this very strong technical bullish indicator of 3 white soldiers and breaking the heavy resistance of 65 on a very strong volume. So this is confirming our bullish theory even further, and this is exactly where I think our going to be our next hiccup. That is our next minor supply zone around $69, and from there I am seeing a retest of $65 and head towards our second price target of $76 that I am expecting, where PayPal is now heading, guys. And again, this gap, guys, this gap is meant to be filled up. So we are on our way to fill up this gap. So obviously there is going to be some hiccup. And also looking at the RSI at the bottom, so we are starting to see some bullish price action coming in, and RSI is obviously starting to heat up, but we are still not in the overbought territory yet. That is why I am basing that is what confirms my bullish theory even further, that this run is going to continue till $69, where we might be seeing some hiccup, and maybe we will be seeing RSI cooling off for a little bit. And look at this, that is going to form another bullish pattern, guys. So if that happens and we see some sideways or downward retest happening for $65, that is going to form another bullish flag pattern, and this breakout is going to exactly put us to around $76. So we will be forming a bullish flag that goes to around $76, and again the breakout of this inverse head and shoulders pattern is also sitting at around $76. So two very strong technical reasons are here confirming our bullish theory, guys. And not just that, we are heading very close to the earnings. So PayPal is expected to announce their earnings on February 7th, 2024, and they are expecting a revenue of $7.878 billion. So this is kind of an ambitious target for PayPal, but there is a reason, because we are coming out of a holiday season, guys. We have to remember. And this is, again, I quickly want to share with you guys how PayPal has been doing for the earnings for over the last 2 years. So this is the year 2022 that we saw compared to year 2023. So 2023 first 3 quarters has been very strong revenue growth for PayPal compared to last year. And Q4 back in 2022 again provided very strong revenue. So again, we are expecting a similar kind of thing to happen in Q4 of 2023. And this is another factor I want you guys to consider. So look at the price to earnings ratio that we had in all of 2022. So look at how the price to earnings ratio, we were kind of overvalued, consider. So So this number has been going down drastically, and now we are about to meet the expectation of reality. So this is where the risk to reward ratio for the institutional investors and the analysts is going to increase a lot, and they are going to be looking at the PayPal stock all over again. So this number has gone down a lot. So price to earnings ratio have improved very nicely and signaling a good risk to reward ratio. And there's also very positive set of news coming out from the company itself, coming out from CEO Alex Chris on the company strategy that PayPal recently announced they are going to be cutting down on their non-profitable lines of businesses to achieve their targets of running business efficiently, which is exactly the kind of action analysts are expecting PayPal to take. And despite all the recent growth challenges, PayPal is still maintaining robust profitability, guys, and a broad vendor acceptance is always there because this PayPal is still the beast in that area. And another thing, all the investors, traders, and institutions are going to be looking for the language PayPal executives are going to be using in their earnings call, because the use or no use of AI, artificial intelligence, is again going to be a hot topic of discussion, because apparently all the companies are planning to use AI to cut their costs and starting to run their business efficiently. So that is all I quickly wanted to share with you guys about PayPal. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.